Hi, my name's Elaine Spigner, and this is my capstone presentation. The slideshow that I'm presenting will be in the form of expressing it as a professional development series for my K through 2 team at my school. And then with the hopes of, if it is successful, it will be implemented or presented throughout the entire school. I'm a K through 6 school, Title I. And then with the end goal also being with success, hopefully it can also be implemented and rolled out through the district or get more support from the district. Welcome to today's professional development session, and feel free to ask any questions. I am Elaine Spigner, and I will take you through some strategies that can help in social emotional learning in school and at home. I will concentrate on what inexpensive things parents can use to help their kids develop SEL. I have been a kindergarten teacher and seen how important social emotional learning is and the significant role it plays in student success, especially in the early years. I decided to explore cost-effective SEL strategies for parents to try at home, as I genuinely believe in the parent-school partnership. Consistency in SEL in the two environments is more likely to help students succeed academically and socially. Additionally, my capstone project revolves around implementing SEL, so this is the right topic. SEL allows children to focus, self-regulate, process meaningfully, and participate in learning activities. I will suggest tools that do not need expensive programs or materials, but are practical, sustainable, and effective for parents. Social emotional learning is the process by which people, especially children, develop essential life skill abilities of awareness and management of emotions, goal setting and achievement, empathetic relationships, healthy relationships, and responsible ones. SEL's core competencies are 5: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision making. Not only do these competencies support academic achievement, but they also support emotional intelligence and resilience to work through challenges and to build positive social connections. Much evidence has shown that SEL programs significantly improve students' behavior, emotional regulation, and performance in school. Classroom and home integration of SEL builds a foundation for lifelong good well-being and success. Research suggests that SEL improves social behavior, decreases emotional distress, increases positive attitudes towards school, and promotes academic achievement. Beyond that, it allows children to solve problems better and improve overall resiliency. There are 5 core competencies according to CASEL, the CASEL. And these are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. And they are the 5 core competencies of social emotional learning. And these are the building blocks to emotional and social growth. Children who learn these skills also notice and express their feelings, control their behavior, care about others, develop meaningful relationships, and make good, caring choices. These competencies will be practical when incorporated into daily routines and lessons and support academic success and emotional well-being throughout life. Bringing social emotional learning into school curricula helps in academic success and the development of emotional and behavioral skills. Embedding SEL when it crosses over subjects and daily routines increases the chances that students will be collaborating with peers and educators positively. It can better manage stress and will stay engaged in pursuing learning. Integrating SEL has been found to enhance classroom behavior, improve academic performance, and improve the emotional well-being of students. Structured evidence-based approaches like promoting alternative thinking strategies or paths and second step are cost-effective and practical school-based programs. These programs teach students to recognize and manage their emotions, solve problems, and develop respectful relationships, which are critical to becoming successful later in life. Social emotional learning is learned at home before children enter the classroom. So therefore, parents are the primary foundation students need in the early years before attending school. Children learn SEL from a young age by watching their parents adjust their emotions, relationships, and decisions in everyday life experiences. For instance, the child may learn empathy when seeing a parent comforting someone, or emotional regulation when a parent deals with stress. Active involvement of parents in SEL, such as talking with the child about feelings or solving problems, reinforces the lessons and work children learn at school. By doing this, SEL becomes more effective because kids get the same message and support at home and at school. However, some parents have real hurdles to supporting SEL. They may be working several jobs, they might be experiencing their stress, or not know what SEL is or how to teach it. This is why schools and communities need to provide resources and guidance, for example, through parenting workshops or by doing simple SEL activities at home. Parents' emotional health is supported when parents are supported and children have more successful emotional skills, better relationships, and more successful lives. Social emotional learning benefits children to span across the academic, emotional, social, and professional domains. It builds strong SEL skills and prepares children to cope well with their emotions, stay calm under pressure, overcome frustration, and make good decisions. Research has shown that children with good emotional regulation organize themselves and can learn and engage meaningfully. SEL helps children understand how to communicate effectively, empathize with others, and solve conflicts without fighting. In addition, these competencies not only enhance peer and adult relationships, but are also putative bases for long-term life success. Using their available resources, parents can employ simple, cost-effective methods to aid in children's social and emotional development. Children learn emotional regulation if they have consistent daily routines. It models how they respond, such as showing empathy, controlling stress reasonably, and using respectful talk. Therefore, SEL teaches how to respond and keep up with open communication. Active listening allows children to convey their feelings and make themselves understood, improving their emotional intelligence. Such actions impact a child's SEL growth outside formal programs and high costs. Children must have a daily routine, which makes them feel secure and reduces emotional stress. Children who know what to expect each day can pay attention to learning and self-regulation. For example, routines help develop time management and self-discipline skills, while for younger ones, simple tools like calendars or visual schedules are enough and work well. Consistency is key. There are rules and routines in the classroom, which should also transition into the home. We also have to respect the diverse cultures of each family and their way of life at home. But the further we can collaborate to support students with consistent routines at home as well as in school will benefit the child. Open communication establishes trust and emotional safety for team members when talking. Maintaining eye contact, genuine interest, and active listening, such as this, makes children feel heard and understood. We need to validate kids' feelings and emotions and help them label emotions rather than dismiss or correct them. This, therefore, develops emotional vocabulary and problem solving skills. It is an interesting fact that children are always watching and learning from adults. Children assimilate behaviors from their parents, such as being calm during stress or showing empathy toward others. Admitting even your own mistakes and how you would manage them correctly is a very powerful SEL lesson. Real examples of emotional and social skills in action can be modeled. We are human and we all make mistakes. When children see adults handle conflict or mistakes in an emotionally regulated way, it will support their learning through positive social emotional modeling. Parents can use several free and accessible resources to actively help their children learn socially and emotionally at home. The Family Engagement Tools by CASEL will allow parents to partner with schools to foster SEL meaningfully. Among the SEL family toolkits are Move This World, which has structured activities, conversation starters, and prompts to reflect on to help families practice SEL together. There is also Sesame Street's Breathe, Think, and Do app, which allows younger students to breathe, think, and do in a creative, problem-solving, and emotional regulation-based scenarios. These resources give families the tools to infuse SEL into daily routines to support and stabilize the children's emotional development. All of these resources also are given in different languages as well. Move This World, or MTW, is an evidence-based pre-K through 12 social emotional SEL program aligned with multi-tiered system of supports. Its impact has been validated through independent third-party research demonstrating improvements in academic achievement, behavior outcomes, and social emotional competencies. Move This World, it has been shown that Move This World implementation brings educational and emotional benefits to students. In schools that now use MTW, 10% more improvement have shown in English language arts and math scores were reported during the 2022-2023 school year than in controlled schools. There was also a 28% decrease in behavioral incidents, while control groups experienced increases exceeding 60%. This data comes from Move This World, no date. These students showed evidence of improved emotional regulation and social problem solving and demonstrated higher knowledge gains in earth science and engineering. The 14 school districts, 27 schools, and over 4,200 students in grades K through 3 represented the study's population. Importantly, the research behind MTW meets Tier 2 of the ESSA, Every Student Succeeds Act tiers of evidence. This classification gives schools and district leaders the confidence that implementing MTW will deliver results on both academic performance and social emotional growth. Sesame Street's Breathe, Think, Do app is an excellent free resource to help little children to the very basics of emotional or effective regulation and problem solving. There are animated scenarios where a monster is so upset that he needs a child's help calming down, thinking through the problem, and finding a solution. This is engaging, age appropriate, and is great for preschoolers or young children. There are also Sesame Street characters whom you are accustomed to as part of your Sesame Street program. It can be used by parents with their child to reinforce SEL concepts at home in a playful manner. The app is free and accessible through any smartphone or computer device. Through mindfulness, children will clearly notice their thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Thus, mindfulness is an effective tool for them to become more aware of everything calmly and non-judgmentally. Regular mindfulness practices help children understand that they can pause, reflect, and respond, not react. Furthermore, this skill is handy in coping with stress, anxiety, and even rage. Amongst those, teaching a child to take a few long breaths when frustrated seems to calm them down and clear their heads to think. Simple listening to the sounds in the environment, body scans to experience how they feel, and using imagination to picture a calm space can be slipped into a child's daily routine before school, after homework, and bedtime. Over time, these small things can help to concentrate, be emotionally regulated, and socialize, setting the foundation for better mental health and academic success. There is nothing wrong with encouraging emotional expression among children since it can aid in developing emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Creating a safe and supportive environment wherein they perceive it is safe and supportive enough to open up about whatever they feel helps children build trust and confidence to open up. For example, emotion charts are also tools that encourage children to be able to see and name their emotions, nuancing the piece to facilitate a conversation about the same. Storytelling and role playing are also good ways for children to learn how to act out any situation in an acceptable way and from another person's perspective. These approaches also assist in the growth of emotional communication and social skills. Community service is vital to teach children how to function in social relationships and help them develop empathy and social aptitudes. This lets children see other people's needs and turn their attention to volunteerism to accommodate these needs. Reading books, watching media, and observing real life situations can all help diversify their understanding and appreciation of people from outside the circle of those with whom they closely associate. Attributes such as active listening are a great practice children should do while talking to others to stay present, understand the people's needs more deeply, and then respond thoughtfully. Community activities provide numerous opportunities for children to interconnect with each other, to embrace diverse views and forms, and to build both intimate and empathetic relationships. Cultivating empathy, responsibility, and social awareness through community service type activities like gardening with children or helping their neighbors is also an opportunity to foster these qualities in them. The idea takes children in gaming projects, connecting them with nature, teaching about sustainability, and enjoying the joy of contributing to their community's well-being. All that yard work or running errands for them helps build community bonds and compassion. Apart from churning out the importance of contributing, these hands-on experiences cement children's social emotional development through real-life contexts to practice empathy and cooperation. Service ideas for kids varies from resources like kid activities, offering lots of age-appropriate service ideas, allowing children of different interests and abilities to get involved in community service meaningfully. Social and emotional learning, or SEL skills, are a powerful and natural way that children develop through play as they support holistic development via physical, emotional, and social learning. Children learn to work with others, solve problems, and communicate effectively through cooperative games and having fun. Children can use creative arts like drawing, music, dance, and storytelling to express their feelings in healthy and imaginative ways and process and be aware of themselves. Activities such as group games or even nature walks play an essential part in outdoor activities, promoting physical health and self-regulation, cooperation, and social interaction. Including SEL in play allows children to immerse themselves more fully in learning experiences and learn the competencies of SEL in a playful and meaningful way. SEL can also be integrated just into daily conversations and helps to facilitate the growth and emotional awareness and great communication skills in a natural, organic manner. It prompts children to think about their own emotions and teach themselves what they should feel in a situation and express it healthily. These are good conversations to validate feelings, identify what triggers them, and build coping strategies. Parent and child discussions about problems are ways for problems to be solved, helping children learn about what to do when they have problems, decision making, empathy, and how to solve problems when they have problems between parents and children. When SEL becomes a typical feature of interactions, the emotional growth and the parent child bond are also reinforced. Social emotional learning impacts academic success, regulates emotion, enhances positive relationships, and contributes to outcomes for long term well being. The child's early SEL development depends on what parents model, teach, and create for the child's emotionally supportive environment. At home, they backfill what children learn about SEL in school with empathy, communication, and responsible decision making. Parents commit their time to building their kids' emotional and intellectual growth laying the grounds for lifelong success. Parents can use several easily accessible techniques and tools to foster emotional and social learning at home without heavy costs. Emotion charts, like the ones available, for example, from Happier Human and Etsy, can help kids identify and verbalize their feelings, making them more aware of their emotions. Mama Cheeps has free printable resources for mindfulness activities such as deep breathing exercises and body scans. Empathy and relationship skills can be fostered by encouraging open communication through active listening and storytelling or role playing, something such as Edutopia would suggest. This is a positive for creative arts such as drawing and music, which allows expressing emotions, as in the example of fantastic fun and learning. And for example, kid activities such as participating in community service activities may help increase social awareness and responsible decision making. Along with these free SEL resources, including Move This World Family Toolkit, Sesame Street's Breathe, Think, Do app, and Second Steps free materials, pupils can enhance their SEL by completing structured activities with practical help at home. If you can implement these first three practices into daily routines, it becomes a supportive and consistent environment for the emotional growth of children. Uh, this concludes my presentation. These are the resources and references linked that were in this slide. I hope that if you have any questions or comments, you will email me or let me know. And thank you for listening to this presentation.